Rugby. Just the word evokes images of muddy fields, clashing titans, and a camaraderie forged in sweat and sacrifice. It's a sport that demands not just physical prowess, but also mental fortitude. The players, often caked in mud and bruises, embody the spirit of resilience and determination. Each match is a testament to their unwavering commitment and the sheer will to push through pain and exhaustion. It's a sport that runs deeper than mere entertainment. It's a test of character, a display of raw courage, and a celebration of teamwork unlike any other. The bond between teammates is unbreakable, forged through countless hours of training and shared hardships. They lift each other up, both literally and figuratively, knowing that their strength lies in unity. The pre-game huddles, the shared glances, and the collective roar of determination are all part of the ritual that prepares them for the battle ahead. For 80 minutes, two teams engage in a ferocious ballet of strength and strategy, pushing their bodies and minds to the absolute limit. Every scrum, every line-out, and every sprint is a calculated move in a game of physical chess. The players must be quick on their feet and even quicker in their minds, anticipating their opponent's moves and reacting in the blink of an eye. It's a relentless test of endurance where every second counts and every decision can make or break the game. But rugby is more than just brute force. It's a game of cunning tactics, lightning-fast passes, and moments of individual brilliance that can turn the tide in an instant. A well-timed pass, a deft sidestep, or a perfectly executed try can electrify the crowd and shift the momentum. These moments of brilliance are the result of years of practice and an innate understanding of the game. They are the sparks that ignite the passion of the fans and the pride of the players. The roar of the crowd, the thud of bodies colliding, the exhilaration of a try scored. These are the elements that make rugby so captivating, so utterly enthralling. The fans, with their unwavering support and infectious energy, are an integral part of the spectacle. Their cheers and chants create an atmosphere that is both electric and intimidating, driving the players to give their all. The physicality of the game, the sheer force of the collisions, and the euphoria of scoring a try are experiences that stay with players and fans alike, long after the final whistle. From its humble origins on a school playing field to its current status as a global phenomenon, rugby has always been a sport that inspires passion and loyalty in equal measure. The history of rugby is rich with stories of legendary matches and iconic players who have left an indelible mark on the sport. The evolution of the game from its early days to the modern era is a testament to its enduring appeal and the unwavering dedication of its followers. Whether it's a local club match or an international showdown, rugby continues to captivate audiences around the world. It's a game that transcends borders, cultures, and languages, uniting people from all walks of life in a shared love for the sport they call the beautiful game. Rugby's ability to bring people together is unparalleled, fostering a sense of community and mutual respect among players and fans alike. The sight of diverse fans cheering together, the handshake between international teams, and the camaraderie among players from different countries are all testaments to the unifying power of rugby. It's more than just a game, it's a global family bound by a common passion and a shared spirit of sportsmanship. The roots of rugby, like many team sports, can be traced back through the mists of time to ancient civilizations and their love of physical contests. These early games were not just about entertainment. They were a reflection of the societies that played them, showcasing their values, their social structures, and their desire for physical prowess. In ancient Egypt, games involving a ball and some form of carrying and wrestling were depicted on tomb walls, hinting at early forms of organized sport. These depictions suggest that the Egyptians valued not only physical strength but also strategy and teamwork. The games were likely part of religious ceremonies or royal festivities, emphasizing their cultural significance. The Greeks too had their share of ball games, some of which involved kicking and running, foreshadowing elements of modern-day rugby. Known for their love of competition, the Greeks integrated these games into their festivals and public gatherings. The games were a testament to their belief in the importance of physical fitness and were often linked to their training for war. Perhaps the most significant ancestor of rugby can be found in ancient Rome. The Romans, with their penchant for organized and often brutal entertainment, developed several ball games that required both skill and strength. Harpastum, a brutal and chaotic game played with an inflated pig's bladder, captured the Roman thirst for spectacle and violence. This game was not just a pastime, but a rigorous physical activity that prepared soldiers for the demands of battle. The rules were minimal, and the game was as much about physical dominance as it was about skill. Teams would grapple and fight for possession of the ball, attempting to carry it across their opponent's goal line. The game was a test of endurance, strength, and strategy, with players often sustaining injuries in the process. It was a reflection of the Roman values of discipline, teamwork, and martial prowess. While lacking the structured rules of modern rugby, Harpastum laid the groundwork for a game that valued strength, teamwork, and a certain disregard for personal safety. The chaotic nature of the game mirrored the unpredictability of life in ancient Rome, where survival often depended on one's physical abilities and strategic thinking. Throughout the Middle Ages, various forms of folk football flourished across Europe, often serving as a chaotic outlet for communities to blow off steam. These games were played during festivals and holidays, bringing together people of all ages and social classes. The rules were often improvised, and the games could last for hours, sometimes even days. These games involved large numbers of players, minimal rules, and a healthy dose of mayhem. They were a way for communities to bond, to settle disputes, and to demonstrate their physical prowess. The games were often rough and tumble, with injuries being a common occurrence. Despite the chaos, or perhaps because of it, these games were immensely popular and eagerly anticipated. While rugby had yet to coalesce into a distinct sport, the seeds of its combative spirit and emphasis on carrying the ball were sown in these early contests. The evolution of these games over centuries reflects the changing social and cultural landscapes of Europe, from the organized chaos of medieval folk football to the more structured games of the modern era. The spirit of competition, teamwork, and physicality has remained a constant thread, leading to the development of rugby as we know it today. The story of rugby, as it's often told, begins in 1823 on the hallowed grounds of Rugby School in Warwickshire, England. It was here, amidst the sprawling fields and strict traditions of this prestigious institution, that a young student named William Webb Ellis would forever alter the course of sporting history. Legend has it that during a particularly dull game of schoolyard football, Ellis, in a moment of inspired rebellion, decided to break the rules. Instead of kicking the ball, as was customary at the time, he scooped it up in his arms and ran with it towards his opponent's goal. This act of defiance, this audacious disregard for convention, is said to have sparked the birth of rugby, as we know it. While the historical accuracy of this tale has been debated over the years, there's no denying the power of the William Webb Ellis legend. It speaks to the very heart of rugby's ethos, a spirit of innovation, a willingness to challenge the status quo, and a celebration of individual brilliance within a team context. Following that fateful day at Rugby School, the game began to spread like wildfire, capturing the imaginations of students and spreading to other schools and clubs. The enthusiasm for this new game was palpable, as young athletes eagerly embraced the physicality and camaraderie that rugby offered. It wasn't long before the sport began to take root in various educational institutions, each adding their own unique flavour to the game. However, it wasn't until 1871 that rugby truly began its journey from a schoolyard pastime to an organised sport. This pivotal year marked the beginning of a new era for rugby, as the need for a standardized set of rules became increasingly apparent. The informal nature of the game was giving way to a more structured approach, setting the stage for rugby's evolution into a globally recognized sport. In that year, representatives from 21 clubs gathered in London to form the Rugby Football Union, RFU. This historic meeting was a testament to the growing popularity of rugby and the desire to create a unified framework for the sport. The founding members of the RFU were visionaries, recognizing the potential for rugby to become more than just a recreational activity. This landmark event marked a turning point in the history of rugby, establishing a unified set of rules and laying the groundwork for the sport's future development. The creation of the RFU brought a sense of order and legitimacy to rugby, transforming it from a chaotic pastime into a disciplined and respected sport. The new rules provided clarity and consistency, allowing players to focus on honing their skills and strategies. The RFU's impact was immediate and profound. The establishment of standardized rules led to a more structured and less chaotic game, while the creation of official competitions fostered a sense of rivalry and national pride. These competitions became a platform for showcasing talent and athleticism, drawing spectators and generating excitement. Standardized rules led to a more structured and less chaotic game, while the establishment of competitions fostered a sense of rivalry and national pride. The introduction of official tournaments and leagues provided players with new opportunities to compete at higher levels, pushing the boundaries of their abilities and inspiring future generations of rugby enthusiasts. Rugby quickly gained popularity, spreading beyond its upper-class origins to captivate the hearts of people from all walks of life. The sport's appeal transcended social and economic boundaries, bringing together individuals from diverse backgrounds. Rugby clubs began to emerge in towns and cities across the country, each contributing to the sport's rich tapestry of history and culture. The creation of the RFU also paved the way for the first international rugby match, played between England and Scotland in 1871. This historic encounter was a milestone in the sport's development, showcasing the potential for rugby to unite nations through friendly competition. The match was a thrilling display of skill and determination, leaving a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. This historic encounter, witnessed by thousands of passionate spectators, marked the beginning of rugby's global expansion and solidified its status as a sport with international appeal. The excitement generated by the match sparked interest in rugby beyond the British Isles, leading to the formation of rugby unions in other countries. As the sport continued to grow, it became a symbol of unity and sportsmanship, bringing people together through their shared love of the game.